Many thanks for joining us. My name is Usman Khatun Umar. This is Sasso Television News. The headlines. President Tinubu promises end to plateau violence, laments rising death toll. Minister Wike hails Turkey for easing visa process for Nigerian businessmen. And INEC announces update on voters registration. Thank you once again for joining us, and now details of the news. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has assured the people of Plateau State that his administration remains committed to ending the persistent killings and restoring lasting peace across troubled communities. Represented by the Senate President Godswill Akpabio at the political rally in Jos on Saturday, the President said the government is deeply concerned about the continued attacks and the loss of lives. Plateau State has remained a major hotspot this year, with repeated attacks in communities like Bokos and Bassa leading to dozens of deaths. Groups have held protests in Jos, calling the killings genocide and demanding stronger federal action. Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang had earlier apologized to the people of Bassa local government area for the failure of government and security agencies to protect lives and properties of the people. However, the federal government and the African Union caution against using the term genocide, stressing that the conflict involves a mix of land disputes, criminal violence, and farmer-herder tensions. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Ezenwo Wike, has commended the Ambassador of the Republic of Turkey to Nigeria for simplifying the visa application processes for Nigerian businessmen, particularly those in Abuja. He said the move would make economic travel easier and boost commercial exchanges between both countries. Barrister Wike, who spoke when he received Ambassador Mehmet Poroy on a courtesy visit in Abuja on Monday, noted that obtaining a Turkey visa had previously been a major concern for many Nigerians. He said the new measures would remove long-standing bottlenecks and encourage more business travels.
Of course, you know that relationship between Turkey and Nigeria has been very cordial, and our economic relationship has also been very commendable, and we want to improve on it. So we think we can partner with you. If there are things in particular you believe that you need of assistance from the administration, do not hesitate to approach us. We will be able to help and also explore ways in which FCT can cooperate or benefit in terms of economic ties with the city of Istanbul or any other city that you think that can have very good economic ties with us. So we welcome you to FCT.
The minister reaffirmed the cordial ties between Nigeria and Turkey, describing their economic relationship as strong and promising. He therefore pledged the FCT administration's willingness to support Turkey business operating in Abuja and to strengthen economic cooperation with Turkish cities, including Istanbul. Barrister Wike assured the envoy that Abuja remains committed to providing an enabling environment for foreign nationals to conduct their businesses without harassment. He encouraged the Turkish mission to request assistance whenever needed to further deepen bilateral economic engagements. Earlier, Ambassador Poroy disclosed that Turkey had completed key bureaucratic steps to allow its embassy in Abuja directly issue visas to Nigerian businessmen under certain conditions. He said the decision aims to enhance trade relations and facilitate smoother business-to-business contact, while efforts are ongoing to establish a Turkish Consulate General in Lagos. Now, the Federal Capital Territory Administration has signed a new set of contracts with solid waste and cleaning service providers as part of renewed efforts to keep Abuja cleaner and safer. The deal, approved by the Federal FCT Executive Council, brings 54 contractors on board. Our correspondent reports.
The Federal Capital Territory Administration on Friday formalized fresh agreements with 54 contractors under the FCT Solid Waste and Cleaning Scheme. The signing ceremony follows the recent approval granted by the FCT Executive Council to overhaul sanitation services across the Federal Capital City. FCT Minister Barrister Ezenwonye Somwike used the occasion to issue a stern caution to the contractors, stressing that payments will strictly follow performance.
We have applied for this. I don't know who is who, and I don't want to know who is who. Do your work, get your pay. If you don't do your work, you don't expect to be paid, and that will be terminated. In fact, what the coordinator said, the number of persons who applied, at the end of the day, the procurement arrived at this number of 54 contractors. But again, those who are given more than one slot, one allocation, we have to know what capacity they have, so that I don't begin to have problems. Oh, well, the other side, our equipment spoiled. I have no business about your equipment spoiling. It's you applied for it, you say you have the capacity. Part of the capacity is that you have the equipment.
Coordinator of the Abuja Metropolitan Management Council, Chief Felix Obwa, disclosed that more than 500 companies initially applied for the contract. He explained that after a rigorous procurement process, the number was reduced to 54 qualified firms.
October 21st, 2024, we did advertise for the solid waste management collection in FCT, and over 500 applicants did apply. After rigorous process from the procurement department, we have 54 successful contractors that bidded, and we are choosing. They are reported, and I have given them the letter of award. We are also giving them their different bids or zones or lots. Prior to this period, we have 40, but by the wisdom, we have to extend to 54 lots covering the whole of the FCT.
Speaking on behalf of the contractors, Chairman of the Association of FCT Solid Waste and Cleaning Contractors, Ibrahim Boboyo, appealed to the minister to consider settling outstanding debts owed to some operators who have remained committed to their duties despite financial constraints.
I want to passionately appeal to you. Some of us that have been carrying out these works before, the leadership of the association compelled our members to persevere all through the period that there were issues, payments were not made. As of today, there are outstanding payments over 8 months, 14 days. Some of our members that are less privileged, that have no capacity to continue, failed in their services. We that were carrying out works in critical areas, some of our colleagues, we continue to provide these services. Through debts from our banks, some of us went to long Shylocks and collected money. Furthermore, our staff, some of them cannot pay their staff salary, and we employ the most vulnerable people in the country. Widows, most of our CPAs are widows that are having children to train children with the meager salaries we pay them. So we appeal to Your Excellency to please sympathize and see that those you scrutinize and those that deserve to be paid should be paid. We have been carrying out these services all this while.
The latest contract signing underscores the renewed vigor with which the FCT administration is pushing forward its sanitation agenda, reaffirming its determination to maintain a cleaner, healthier and more dignified capital city for residents and visitors alike. Usman Katun Umar, ASO Television News.
Still in the nation's capital, the FCT administration has launched a clean air initiative aimed at reducing air pollution and protecting vulnerable households from smoke-related diseases. The project, carried out in collaboration with IHS Nigeria, seeks to transition families from firewood to cleaner cooking energy. Here's a report.
The FCT Health Services and Environment Secretariat and IHS Nigeria have unveiled Project Breathe Clean Air Abuja, an intervention targeting the widespread health and environmental risks associated with cooking with firewood and charcoal across communities in the Federal Capital Territory. Under the project, vulnerable families will receive cooking gas cylinders and vouchers to refuel them in what officials describe as a practical step towards improving cleaner air quality and slowing deforestation in the FCT. Speaking at the launch, the Mandate Secretary of the Secretariat, Dr. Adejola Pofashawe, said the project reinforces the link between public health and environment, noting that reducing firewood use will protect both families and the ecosystem. Similarly, the Chief Executive Officer of IHS Nigeria, Mohammed Darwish, explained that the initiative aims to help 5,000 mothers transition to cleaner cooking, reducing their exposure to harmful smoke.
The truth is, health is wealth. Health and environment are equal. So the focus of this program is not only to give out palliatives, as we've done in the past. The main focus of this program is to educate, because knowledge is power. Knowledge is key. Our economy is shaky at the moment, but I believe with good health indices, with people understanding the nexus between health and environment, these are cheap things. Prevention is better than cure.
This program, in a nutshell and simple English, is about helping 5,000 mothers, sisters, and daughters by not inhaling toxic gases anymore, and by really making sure that their health is better by breathing fresh air. That's in a nutshell.
Officials say the project is designed to reach underserved communities where reliance on firewood has contributed to respiratory illnesses and environmental degradation, including the loss of green cover and soil fertility. The Permanent Secretary of the Secretariat, Dr. Babagana Adam, said the intervention is inclusive and will have long-term environmental impact as more households abandon firewood. A consultant radiation and clinical oncologist at the National Hospital Abuja, Dr. Hannatu Ayuba Usman, also stressed that many pollution-related illnesses are preventable and urged residents to embrace cleaner cooking options.
The gain is to save our environment, and by saving our environment, we are also saving the pregnant women along with the family.
As an oncologist, firsthand I have seen how devastating managing lung cancers and other cancers caused by air pollution could lead to. It's draining financially, emotionally, physically. The whole family and community suffers.
Stakeholders believe the project will reduce the pressure on the environment and improve health outcomes of thousands of residents, particularly women and children who are most exposed to indoor smoke. The FCTA says the initiative is part of ongoing efforts to promote environmental health, reduce pollution, and create safer living conditions in the nation's capital in line with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Renewed Hope agenda. Usman Katun Umar, ASO Television News.
The Federal Capital Territory Administration and the Royal School of Education Therapy Foundation say persons with special needs must no longer be overlooked in healthcare planning. This was the focus of the second edition of the Free Family Health Fair in Abuja, where stakeholders raised concerns over persistent gaps in access and awareness. Once again, here is a report from the event.
The call for deliberate inclusion of persons with special needs in healthcare planning resonated strongly at the Free Family Health Fair organized by the Royal School of Education Therapy Foundation in collaboration with the Health Services and Environment Secretariat of the FCTA. The fair, now in its second edition, centered on developmental disabilities, maternal health and preventive care. Dr. Badewa Adejugbe Williams said the initiative seeks to dispel dangerous health myths and help parents recognize vital developmental milestones in children.
This is our second Free Family Health Fair, and we're targeting families who have children with special needs, children with disabilities. Why people ask? Because, you know, when you look at a child, you have to look at the child holistically. How is the child developing? What was the child like at birth? What was the birthing process like? Were they using forceps to pull the child out? Was the mother even getting prenatal care before she had her child? We ask a lot of these questions at intake when we have our clients. And what I had found out is that most of these parents, they don't keep record of such things. They don't keep track of such things.
Acting Director of the FCTA Health Insurance Scheme, Dr. Salma Belgore, represented by the Acting Head of Equity and Special Programs, Veshima Igundu, also stressed the need to prioritize this group under the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund. She warns that failing to do so poses long-term risks to families and the health system. Dr. Belgore described persons with special needs as one of the most vulnerable groups, calling for intentional enrollment to strengthen equity and ensure no one is left behind. From the FCT Hospital Management Board, Osayonde Osage warned against misinformation during pregnancy. He highlighted the importance of proper examinations and transparency around procedures such as cesarean sections, which he said save countless lives.
This second edition of this family fair, in collaboration with the Health Services and Environment Secretariat, the focus here is on the underprivileged, people that are overlooked in the society, children that are born with challenges. And I'm so happy that we are here with them, telling them what is available by the government, especially health insurance, because these are underserved communities and there's health insurance available for them, but a lot of them are not aware. We are happy to come here to talk to them about that and also register and capture them. Also, we've had a lot of health talks today, and there's going to be a lot of medical screening and free consultations, because these people are people that shy away from the conventional health system. And I believe this is a stepping stone to open new grounds for more collaboration now and in the future.
Hundreds of residents were screened for diabetes, hypertension, BMI, and other health indicators during the fair. Organizers say the exercise is part of continuous efforts to deepen conversations on disability inclusion and improve access to preventive healthcare services across the Federal Capital Territory. Usman Khatun Umar, ASO Television News.
You're watching ASO Television News. You can watch us live on DSTV channel 392 and on Star Times TV channel 127 and on Free TV you are on channel 507. You can also watch us on UHF band on channel 38. Still ahead in the news, INEC announces update on voters registration. For detail of these and more stories, stay with us. We'll be back after this short break.
This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go! Lights, camera, action. Put your mind to it, look the life that you remember.
Stay connected. Stay with us. Starting from Yanga and Jolly.
Now, a community health outreach which began in 2020 shortly after the COVID-19 pandemic has continued its mission of taking medical services directly to market traders who often lack the time and knowledge to prioritize their health. Let's now join Elizabeth Kasham for more on this.
Speaking during the outreach at Apple Mechanic Village to mark World Diabetes Day, medical practitioners who organized the outreach explained that the initiative was created to reach traders in their workplaces where long hours and pressure to make sales leave many unaware of the dangers of unhealthy lifestyles. They advised residents to ensure food safety while calling on government to invest and support diabetic sensitization, for that's the only medium to tackling the disease.
Therefore, my advice to the government is this: let us also start with subsidizing these meals that these people consume, because you're talking to people about how to eat healthy, and a lot of them are scared. Most of our meals are not accessible, and even if they are accessible, they are not affordable. Even if they are affordable, they are not safe. Because aside the fact that most of these meals now, you see them being grown with different artificial sweeteners, you know, some of them say genetically modified foods. This is the fear we have. You buy banana, you don't know whether it's been ripened artificially, you don't know how it is being cut. You buy even our vegetables, you are afraid of what is coming out of it. So let our foods be safe.
The public needs to know that diabetes is actually a very serious situation. With the way life is now, our jobs and every single thing, we're usually sedentary. So something as simple as food can help in managing diabetes.
Residents who benefited from the free medical services commended the initiative, noting that the sensitization is essential in helping people understand the importance of adopting healthy habits.
It's a very welcome development, and it's well interesting for our people to be lectured on how to live their life, because this life has no spare life. So it's good for one to be lectured and tell you things you need to eat at the right time and things not to eat.
Like, I've gotten to know that there are some food that you must also avoid, and that we have to impute and integrate a lot of food that has fiber on it. But for us to do away with diabetes, there are some certain kind of lifestyle which we need to do. And by coming closer to them, I've learned those things which I needed to know. That is the things that I get. At least I have to reduce my alcoholic intake.
According to the team lead, the program has visited several major markets, including Wuse in 2020 and Jabi in 2022, to sensitize traders and the rising burden of non-communicable diseases such as diabetes. They noted that many traders struggle with lifestyle addictions such as excessive drinking and smoking, which increase their risks of chronic illness. Bringing medical checks and expert counseling directly to their stalls, they said, could help to break barriers and encouraging them to seek professional care. Elizabeth Kasham, ASO Television News.
The Rotary Foundation District 9127 Abuja has reaffirmed its continuous commitment to the total eradication of polio in Nigeria and across the world. This was revealed by the district governor, Dame Dr. Joy Okoro, during the Rotary Foundation dinner held in Abuja. Correspondent Abdul Kabir Jibril, who was at the event, now completes the story.
Oh, the time has come for my dreams to be heard. They will not be pushed aside or turned.
It is the District Rotary Foundation dinner at the Sir Emeka Offor Hall, Rotary Center, Abuja, an annual gathering where Rotarians contribute to the foundation and highlight its major achievements. District Governor 9127, Dame Dr. Princess Joy Okoro, after her warm welcome address, speaks on the objectives of the Rotary Foundation.
The foundation is very, very important to the world. We use it, like I said earlier, to do very impactful projects in our communities. So many projects: school, training, maternal and child care, polio. When you hear of polio, every money that comes out of foundation goes to polio, for the total eradication of polio in the world.
The Rotary Foundation, which was described as the heartbeat of Rotary International and the engine that drives the organization's humanitarian activities globally, remains committed to its service to humanity.
We have malaria intervention projects in Kebbi State and Akwa Ibom State, which is over $8 million, and other district and global grants with intervention in education sector, environment, and disease prevention and control.
Polio has become endemic in some parts of the world, including Nigeria. But Rotary took it upon itself to partner with some other organizations to eradicate it. And some years ago, that was achieved when polio was eradicated in Nigeria.
Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. The Foundation Dinner is an annual celebration of the Rotary Foundation the charitable arm of Rotary International, dedicated to promoting peace, fighting disease, supporting education, and improving lives around the world.
We're all involved. Let everybody get involved in what we're doing, and the youth, I believe that by God's grace, if we all work together, this will work out good.
In every district, the district conference is the biggest, the most significant event to happen, and it happens at the end when every other thing has gone through the years. So that's what we're going to be preparing for.
The Rotarians were also treated to a variety of food and drinks as the evening progressed. Abdel Kabir Jabir, ASO Television News.
The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here.
The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has announced a fresh update on the ongoing continuous voter registration, revealing a total of 2,316,232 new registrations across the country. The figures released on Sunday showed a significant variation in turnout among states, with Osun State emerging as the highest contributor in the Week 12 update. INEC described the latest data as part of its commitment to transparency, noting that the figures represent completed online and physical registrations. The Commission restated that registration remains suspended in Anambra State until after its governorship election on November 8, 2025, in line with the Electoral Act. According to the breakdown, Osun recorded 185,089 completed registrations, maintaining its lead from previous weeks. Imo followed with 143,386, while Kano placed third with 132,290. Sokoto also posted strong numbers with 123,320 new voters, continuing the surge observed in northern states in recent weeks. Lagos, which often leads registration drives, recorded 109,693, followed by the Federal Capital Territory with 106,855. Now, the FCT Police Command has dismissed publications circulating on social media alleging an attempted assassination on Lieutenant Ahmed Yerima. In a statement issued Sunday night, the command spokesperson, SP Josephine Ade, described the publication as false. According to SP Ade, the command has not recorded or reported any such incident anywhere within the Federal Capital Territory and advised the public to disregard the false information and desist from spreading unverified claims capable of causing unnecessary panic. The statement said, for the safety of all residents, the command urged the public to remain vigilant and report any suspicious activity to the nearest police division. The federal government has spent about $2.93 billion serving Eurobond debt across 8 quarters under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This is according to an analysis of external debt service records published by the Debt Management Office of Nigeria, covering quarter 3 of 2023 to the second quarter of 2025, showing that Eurobond obligations alone accounted for 31.5% of Nigeria's total external debt service of $9.32 billion over the 2 years. Recall President Tinubu assumed office in May 2023, making the third quarter of 2023 the first full quarter under his administration, redeeming a maturing Eurobond. The data further disclosed that the country paid a total of $943.6 million in Eurobond obligations in the third quarter of 2023, comprising a $500 million, $443 million principal redemption and in interest. Now, the 7th edition of the NUJ-FCT Council annual table tennis tournament concluded at the weekend, producing champions in both male and female categories. The lively and competitive event, which showcased both sporting excellence and cultural exchange, was held at the China Cultural Center in Abuja. Richard Anyebi reports from
Amajo claimed the female singles title after defeating Nia Xiaohua of the Chinese Cultural Center 11-2, 8-11, 11-9 in a spirited final, while Cheng Huling secured the third place. In the men's singles, China's He Ling finished top with Wang Yongtao placing second and NTA's Ignatius Nkwo taking third. News agency of Nigeria's Victor Okoye competing for the first time impressed spectators by defeating a Chinese opponent in straight sets in the round of 32, later beating compatriot Fortuna Bank before bowing out in the quarterfinals against top-rated player Gao Xiang. The men's doubles crown went to the duo of Wang Yongtao and He Ling, Shi Changguang and Xiao Haitia placing second, while Ignatius Nkwo finished third. In the mixed doubles, Shi Changguang and Chen Qiuling took first place, followed by He Ling and Nie Xiaohou, with Tan Jian and Wan Lu coming third. Winners received 250,000 naira in cash prizes, runners-up 200,000, and third place finishers 150,000 naira.
I don't even know how I feel, but I know I'm so happy.
Earlier, while declaring the tournament open, Chairman of the NUJ LCT Council, Comrade Grace Ike, commended the enduring partnership between the Union and the Chinese Cultural Center, describing the tournament as a reflection of the strong friendship and cooperation between both bodies.
This event stands as a remarkable symbol of friendship, collaboration, and healthy competition between our two great organizations. Table tennis is more than just sport. It is a celebration of skill, agility, and perseverance. Values as well that resonate deeply with the spirit of journalism and the unity we uphold.
In his remark, Director of the Chinese Cultural Center in Nigeria, Mr. Tang Jiangxing, described the tournament as an expression of table tennis diplomacy and a testament to the solid bond between Nigeria and China.
Today's event is also a part of ping-pong table tennis diplomat. Everyone knows that China and Nigeria is very, very close country. I several times mentioned that Nigerian people, Nigerian friends, is at least top 5, maybe top 3. Most friendly people, most friendly country in the world to Chinese people.
There were goodwill messages from the Managing Director of the News Agency of Nigeria, NAN, Malam Ali, and the Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Mr. Salihu Dembos, who were all represented at the event. Richard Alechi Nwanyebe, ASO Television News.
And that's the size of our package for this evening. Sincerely, we thank you for watching. My name is Usman Katun Umar. Good evening.